Hey everyone, it's Ashley, and today I wanted to show you guys how I make a closure wig. So I made this closure wig 100% by myself. I'm so proud of myself. And I showed you guys how to pluck it, but I didn't show you how to customize it and make the baby hair. So I do have some more hair coming from UNice next month. If you guys would like to see that, give this video a big thumbs up. But this is UNice hair. You guys know I only wear UNice hair. This particular hair is Indian Body Wave Kysiss series. So I'll have the specifications here on the screen, and then I'll also have it in the description box down below. So I don't want to chatter too much. Make sure you give this video a big thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell so you are notified every time that I post. And let's go ahead and jump right into the closure wig. Hold on. The glueless, beginner-friendly closure wig tutorial. We're starting off with my UNice Indian Body Wave Kysiss series hair. The closure is also UNice, but it's from another month. They sent me a frontal for this month, but I decided to use a closure I already had on hand. So the first thing that we're going to do is make our bleach mixture. I'm mixing BW2 Bleach with 30 Developer, and I'm stirring it to make it like thick, kind of like a pancake batter consistency. You want to shake what you're stirring the mixture with, and you don't want the product to come off of the brush, if that makes sense. You want it to be very thick so that it doesn't leak through the lace, and so that it doesn't bleach the hair. You just want to bleach the knots. So I'm just mixing it around a little bit closer so you guys can see the consistency and see that it is thick enough that when I smear it on, it's going to sit on top of the lace. So I'm just going to brush it on, and I'm putting foil underneath my closure, and then I'm going to put foil on top of my closure. Once I'm done brushing the bleach mixture onto the lace, I'm going to put foil on top of it, and I'm going to let it sit for 20 minutes. So I'm just washing it off, and now I'm going to use some purple shampoo. I'll go ahead and put the purple shampoo that I used in the description box down below, but it doesn't matter the brand as long as it's purple shampoo. Some people prefer to put purple hair dye in the bleach mixture. I mean, I've done it all. It really doesn't make that big of a difference if you ask me, but I'm no professional, so whatever works best for you, definitely go with that. So I'm just showing you on my hand what it looks like. I did go in and do another round of bleaching, and I left it on for, I want to say, another 10 minutes and then rinsed it off. And now I have pinned my closure onto my mannequin head, and I'll link the mannequin head and the wig clip that I'm using to hold the mannequin head on my counter. I'll link that down below as well. I got it from Amazon. So now I'm going in and plucking my closure. Now, I have watched so many videos, you guys. I'm not a professional, but I can definitely do this very well at home. And I'll put some of my favorites down below. But just for the sake of the video, I'm parting the closure while the closure is still damp from me washing it, and I am plucking it in sections, and I'm plucking it really sporadically. There's really no rhyme or reason. I'm just going through in different sections, but you definitely want to part it and pluck it. Part it and pluck it. So I'm parting at the very front because that's where my baby hairs are going to be. I decided to do baby hairs on the closure just like you would do baby hairs on a frontal. So I wanted my closure to look like a frontal. I'm just going through, sectioning off the hair and plucking it and plucking it. I'm going on either side, sectioning off the hair, taking my tweezers, plucking downwards, and then plucking upwards. By downwards, I mean more so towards the front of the closure. By upwards, I mean more so towards the back of the closure. So that's me plucking backwards. And then when I pluck down, I'm plucking downwards, if that makes sense. So now that I've customized the closure to my liking, you really want to shear it out and like thin it out so that it looks, you know, more realistic than just plopping the closure onto the wig and then plopping it onto your head once the wig is done. I think we've come a little bit further now with frontals being the new wave. we've started customizing our closures, and I really like that look. So I'm pinning the closure onto my wig cap, but also my mannequin head. I slide the closure a little bit forward though, so when I do go in and cut the cap underneath the closure, my closure isn't like 100% in line with my cap. So I'm just showing you guys how I sew the lace closure down. This can look intimidating, so I slowed this clip down. Everything else is going to be really fast, and ignore my ashy hands, you know, they don't call me Ashy Ashley for nothing. I'm kidding, but seriously, my hands were ashy because I didn't put any lotion on after washing the closure. I just went straight to work. All I'm doing is sewing the lace closure to the wig cap, and this is the DIY wig mesh cap. I'll also put it in the description box down below for you guys, but I personally bought it from my local beauty supply store. What I'm doing is going through the cap. If you're going through the band, you want to go through like the holes in the band. Do not sew through the actual like elastic part of the band. You'll see there, once you get the cap yourself and you can kind of see it up close, you'll see that there are layers to the elastic band, and there's like a sheer kind of lace layer on top of the elastic band on your cap. You're going to sew through those holes. And once you get to the actual mesh part of the cap, then you can sew through the mesh just fine. So I'm sewing through the actual cap, and then I'm going through the actual, there's like a lace barrier around the lace closure. I'm going to sew through that, and I'm just doing that all around the lace closure. Now, for a beginner, I highly recommend, just like you saw me do earlier, pinning down your lace closure. So pin it down on one side in the very front where the extra lace is, and then go to the other side of your cap, pin it down on the other side, and then pull it back and pin it down. And if it's not 100% centered, then you can adjust it in the very front. But as long as you get the lace closure down flat, keep those pins. As you can see, my closure is still pinned down. So you keep those pins in, and once you hit that pin area, and like when you're sewing, then you take the pin out and then you keep sewing. So you'll put the pin in the front. If you started on the right hand side, you'll sew the right hand side. After you've taken the pin in the front out, you hit the pin in the back. You take that pin in the back out, and then you sew around the back of the closure, and then you sew around to the other side, and once you're done, then you're going to take that last pin out. So keep it pinned, and that'll keep it flat while you're sewing, and just take the pins out as you go, as you hit them while you're sewing. So I'm finishing up sewing my lace closure down, and honestly, you guys, I would say this is the hardest part. This is the part where you need to really take your time and you really need to focus. Everything else is pretty easy. Sewing on the actual bundles is pretty easy. So all you're doing is sewing through. Now, once you get to this part, you can sew through the lace part of the cap, and then you sew through the lace closure. And you can actually take your needle, pull it up and through the thread, and that's going to create a knot for you. Sometimes I don't like to rely on those knots alone. Like you saw me do, I'll cut my string, and then I'll tie it in knots myself and then cut it that way, because you want that to be very secure. So I have my 26-inch bundle pinned onto my cap, and again, I'm not going through the elastic band. I'm going through the actual just like first layer of the cap. So if I'm sewing on the elastic band, I'm sewing on that top layer, not the elastic band itself. And I keep repeating myself about the elastic band, because if you sew through the elastic band, you saw me just test it with my fingers. If you sew through the elastic band, your cap will not have any stretch to it. So you would have sewed all these bundles onto this wig cap, and then you put it on and it doesn't fit your head. It's too small for your head, and it doesn't adjust because you stopped the band of elasticity from being elastic because you sewed through it. That's why I keep warning you, do not sew through the elastic band. So the first thing that you want to do I personally like to pin my bundles. You can see on the right hand side this bundle is pinned, and I like to sew my longer bundles like double wefted. So my bundle isn't just like a single weft. I folded it over on itself and I'm sewing it that way. That way my hair is fuller and I get more space, because when you double weft it, it doesn't take up as much space as when you single weft it. So I sew through the weft to secure it onto the cap, and then I just begin to sew through the cap. Now I remove the pin and I'm just going to sew through the weft again. I'm only sewing through the weft when I'm securing the weft down to the cap. Otherwise, I'm just going to sew underneath the wefts. So I'm sewing through the weft and then going through the cap, and then I'm going to go underneath both of the wefts and into the cap and pull my needle and my thread through. Hopefully that makes sense. But at this point, I'm just going to keep repeating the same things over and over. So once you get to either end, you sew through the weft. We'll get to the point where you get to the pin. Once you get to the pin, remove the pin. Sew through the wefts, through the cap, through the wefts, through the cap again. And then you're going to take the wefts and you're going to pin them on the other side, pin them tight so it lays flat. And then you can begin to go underneath the wefts and through the cap, underneath the wefts and through the cap. And you're just going to repeat that over and over and over until you get to the top. So I'm going to stop talking at this point and just let you guys watch me sew, and we'll talk once we get to the top of our cap. We are at the top of the cap, you guys, and I just wanted to talk you through this part. I'm not doing double wefts anymore. I have gone to single wefts at this point, and again, I'm securing the weft by sewing it through the weft and the cap if I'm on either side of the elastic band, but when I'm on the actual mesh part, I'm just sewing it underneath the weft and into the cap and then pulling my thread out. Now, I personally cut my bundles. I don't see any problem with it once I get to the very top. I don't have issues with like shedding when it comes to UNice hair, so cutting my bundles isn't a big deal to me. But if you don't want to cut your bundles, then you just do the flip over method all the way to the top. So this is my last weft. This is the weft that I'm sewing pretty much right on top of the closure, and I'm just tying it, and then I'm going to tie it quite a few times, and I'm going to cut the thread, and then I'm going to cut the weft. And the wig is done at this point. So like I said, it's very easy, you guys. Sew on the lace closure, sew the wefts on, and then you flip it over, and where you see my hand is the mesh part of the cap. Cut the mesh part, but not the string. Cut through the elastic band as well, but not the string. It will unravel, and then you're done. That is it. Okay guys, that was it. Hopefully you enjoyed this wig making tutorial. Hopefully it helped you. Girl, this hair is trying to peek through. If you liked the video, give it a big, huge thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. And let me know in the comment section down below if you decide to follow the wig tutorial and it helps you. If you have a question, go ahead and ask it. This is a safe space. So until next time, stay beautiful. I love you guys. Bye.